Video gonna be about old Austin Rivers. This turkey came out and said that if you put him in the 70s, 80s, and the 90s, he'd be top 25 ever. And Murray actually, I don't know what these cats be smoking or drinking. I needs the fifth of that. He said, hmm, if you put $1 million in my bank account, I'm a millionaire. Yeah. If you put the money, that cost of living in the 70s and the 80s and 90s to today, and I could use the money today, I'd have my own complex. You see where we're going? Where we could just play Back to the Future if we could. Eh. Austin Rivers, you wouldn't even be the half of Smush Parker if we went back in time. They had third tier cats that would have embarrassed you. Your last name and your pop's hookups is where you are. Since the LeBron Bronny nepotism thing and you jumping in, well, I know you wouldn't have done nothing. You wouldn't have done nothing. You'd have been lucky to have been a mascot on a good day. Are you kidding me? Every time he says something, the whole thing about football players, basketball players were ridiculous. This one's even more absurd. He would not have done well at all. He didn't do well in his era. What are you talking about? You play for 10, 11 different teams. We don't even know why you a commentator on. You and Kendrick Perkins' highlight reel on YouTube is probably about 2 minutes. And most of it is because you play for rocking different jerseys. No one remembers a shot you made. No one remembers you. No one remembers you. You're not half as good as Seth Curry. Let's just let that sink in. Seth still got a job. Last time you played, who gonna retire your jersey? I'm always cracking up. Busters come out and talk yang. And like I fell asleep at the wheel. As physical as they were in the 70s and the 80s, you'd have gotten your lunch took. What Clyde Frazier would have left you. Alex English would that they would just hurt your feelings. Sidney Moncrief, I can name cats that were high second tier cats that would have just ran your butt to the bench. We ain't even get to third tier, and we're not gonna bring up the first tier. But we go just laugh because you had a moment where you were hallucinating. And this is what happens when his former teammate J.J. Redick said the ridiculous, and then Anthony Edwards and Pete Gilbert Arena. But you see, it's just the disrespect. And I do think it is black on black because the more predominantly black people say this stuff. They don't say this in other sports. They don't even dare say this. But the lack of respect. The lack of respect. You don't even understand how guys played back then. Remember, downtown Fred Brown used to shoot outside shots, and there was no 3-point line. So what were you going to do, Austin Rivers? What were you going to do? Cats would get out there and get physical with you. Let me see you out there loafing around with Maurice Lucas out there. Let me see that. Cats like Michael Ray Richardson take your lunch money on the court back in the day. Come on now. What you think you talking to? Who you think you dealing with? I ain't even gonna mention cats that were top tier. Some of the cats would just have hurt your feelings. I know in the 80s, for instance, Austin Rivers, you wouldn't have been able to hang with Kelly Tripucka. Alan Level would have tore your behind up. Calvin Murphy would have lit your butt up. I can name a ton of them that would have hurt your feelings. You know. Would you even been the half of Keith Lee from Memphis State back 40 years ago? I don't think so. Sometimes I get asked how I be remembering these cats and all that because I used to watch college basketball, pro basketball. I remember. I'll bring up somebody in the last 30 years. You wouldn't even been the half of Harold Miner. No. Not even close. Cats would have just hurt your feelings. But anyway, it's always good to play make-believe. Just don't be inhaling and drinking your own, because then you start to believe the half the stuff you say, and it becomes comical. Anyway, please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share the video if you like, and please hit that membership, because when you do the videos you request, I bring them to you. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay true, stay honest, stay clear, stay cool. I'm all right. I'm on time. Out.